Rebekah, for those of you who haven't practiced with me before, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to this Look Good, Feel Better Qi Gong class. Look Good, Feel Better is a free can't speak today. Free non-medical product neutral program providing support for physical changes and appearance-related side effects, but of cancer treatment, but also the other aspects of well-being with these mind and body sessions, such as this one. Really can't talk today. This is going to be heaps fun for us. And Qigong is a ancient Chinese therapeutic practice. It's all about the body mind, working with our breath and intention, and our energy body, helping us to discover harmony and balance in our system, in our whole self, using our Qi, our life force, our prana, as it's called in some other modalities. So yeah, make sure you have some enough space to move around. We will be on our feet for the majority of the time, though at any point, if you want to, you can sit down. The practices can be done seated as well. Should we crack in? Excellent, thumbs up. Thanks, team. Just a reminder to also mute yourself if you haven't been muted by me, just so that we can keep. There we go, spotlight me, that'll do us. Alrighty, let's go. So we're standing with our feet under our hips. Apologies, you can't see my feet. And we're going for a little shake. Keeping our heels on the ground. Letting it be a nice little easeful shake. Little bounce through the knees. Allowing this shake to bring you into the present moment, into your body, letting it be gentle. Allowing your breath to come and go however it likes. During this entire practice, if you want to let out a sigh or make a funny noise, please go for it. I make lots of silly noises. For those of you who've practiced with me before, you'll know. So you won't be alone. Opening up through the feet to the energy of the earth underneath you. You can lift your toes, give them a stretch, give them a wiggle if you like. And opening up through the crown of your head to the celestial energy in the sky above. Let's bring our hands to our lower dantian, so one on the lower belly and one on the back of the pelvis. And as we shake from here, this lower dantian, there's a sphere of energy here around the pelvis. So as we shake from our lower dantian, we're letting go of any excess tension that may be lingering in our lower back, in the muscles of our thighs and our buttocks. And through the tendons and ligaments around the hip joint, letting go there too. Swap the hands over. Letting go of unnecessary tension in the organs that live down here. You don't have to do anything special, just take your awareness to them as we shake, letting go through the intestines, and the bladder. Reproductive organs. Let's swap our hands up to the solar plexus and the mid-back. Letting go here through the muscles of the mid-back, through the abdominals and your side body. Swap the hands over. Letting go of unnecessary tension in the organs of the central part of us. Letting go through the stomach, the spleen, pancreas, liver, gallbladder. Kidneys towards the back. Let's swap our hands up to the heart. As we shake up here, letting go of any excess tension we may be holding in our upper back, across the chest, shoulders, up into the neck and the face, particularly your jaw, the root of your tongue, and the corners of your eyebrows. Swap the hands over. Letting go through the lungs, the diaphragm at the base of your lungs. Letting go through the muscles between each rib. Letting go through your pericardium, the protective layer around your heart, and through the heart itself. Let's drop our hands to our sides and take a little fold forward, letting go through the back of the neck. And back up to the center. And over to one side. And the other side. And back to the center. And if you like, you can stay with these little shakes or try some of the big ones where your heels come off the ground. Allow yourself to land a little bit heavier. It's really good for our immune system to give ourselves a big jostle about like this, and also really good for our bone density, so why not? Beautiful. In 3, 2, 1, coming into stillness, into what we call Wu Qi. So gently closing down your eyes or keeping your gaze low and soft. Soften your knees. Unclench your toes. And taking a few moments here to check in with the sensations that are alive in your physical being right now. Perhaps the shake is still moving through your muscles, or there's a sense of contraction or expansion somewhere in your body. Maybe something I haven't put words to. Whatever it is that you're noticing in you right now, let's not attach any labels of good or bad to these sensations. They just are things for us to notice. With that same sense of curiosity, let's widen our awareness to that space just beyond our skin, to our Qi field, energy field around our body created by the beat of our own heart. What's alive here? Maybe a color or a texture, or maybe it has a certain movement quality to it. Or maybe you don't feel very much here at all. That's totally fine. Noticing nothing is still noticing something. And the more we tune in with this part of us, the more we'll feel. Gently letting that go. You can open your eyes if you like. We're going to do some tasseling now. So the movement starts in the pelvis, going side to side, and the arms go along for the ride. Warming up through our spine, giving our organs a little massage with every twist as we bring that sense of spiral into the body. Let's take a little bend in the elbows, tapping into our kidneys at the back. A little bit higher into the mid-back, spleen and liver in the front. Beautiful. A little bit higher again into the fronts of the shoulders and the backs of the lungs, or thereabouts. And letting the arms land wherever they would like to land. And slowly allowing this movement to come to a natural stop. Alrighty. Let's open up through our Qi gates and warm up our joints. So we're going to circle through the ankle first. And if balance is a little bit difficult, you can put your toe on the ground and do little circles like that. Not that you can see my feet, it's not very helpful, is it? I need to invest in a bigger room. Let's change direction with your ankle. And give that foot a little shake. Let's rotate through the other ankle. Other way. And give that foot a little shake. Beautiful. Let's bring our feet together as close as we can. Hands on our knees and circle through the knees. And if your knees are musical like mine, send a little smile down to them, a little bit extra love. Let's go the other way. Letting that go. Let's bring our feet back under our hips. Hands on hips, little hip circles. Really softening through the jaw here. Give it a stretch, give it a wiggle if that feels good for you. Little silly faces. Let's go the other way with the hips. Letting that go. Let's take our feet a little bit wider. Fingertips to the hip crease, or the qua as we call it in Qi Gong, and go for some bigger hip circles. Really feeling into the edges of that hip joint. And more stretching and wiggling of the jaw if it feels good for you. Let's go the other way. Letting that go. Let's shake out the whole leg from the hip down to the toes. The side. And bringing our feet back under our hips, lower body joints nice and soft. Dancing is encouraged but optional. We're going to shake out through the hands. Taking our awareness into all of our fingertips, and if you need a little bit of help with that, you can just give them each a press. And shaking out through the whole hand now. Wrists. You can be as vigorous with this as you like. Forearms. Elbows. Shake out your elbows. Upper arms. Shoulders. Hiya. Whoa, shoulder blades. Bring them in. And all the way back there behind the heart. Shake out from there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Good work. Circle the wrists now, nice and gentle. Those lower body joints, keep them soft. Other way. Circle with the elbows. Other way. Let's take some big circles with our arms, opening through the shoulder. Other way. Letting that go. Let's do some little shoulder rolls. And here you can really have a play with how your shoulders want to move. If they want to go forwards, backwards, one at a time, just really feel into how your shoulders want to roll and go with that. And letting that go. Let's drop our ear to our shoulder, get a little stretch down the side of the neck. And if you want it to go a little bit deeper, you can take out your opposite hand. Other side. And back into the center for a little exploration with just your head and neck. So little arcs, little circles side to side, however your head and neck want to move. And coming back into the center. Alrighty. Let us connect with our breath and clear through our lung meridian. So we're going to bring our thumb and forefinger together, like the OK sign. I'm going to hold this the whole time for this next little round of breath. So as we breathe in, we're going to step to the left. We open up and out. And as we breathe out, we return to the center. We reverse that movement going down and out as we breathe out. And then repeat on the right. So we breathe in, up and out to the skies. As we exhale, we come back to the center, down and out to the earth. Beautiful. And away we go at our own pace. Breathing in, side on the sides, to the sky, breathing out in the center, down to the earth. And you go at your own pace, your own rhythm of movement and breath. It's your body, your practice. You don't have to keep up with me or anyone else. Let's do one more on each side. Beautiful. Alrighty, we can let go of those hands now. And we're going to go into our Wei Qi, working with our protective Qi layers. So we're going to start with our hands on the surface of our bodies, down by the toes, or as close as you can get. And we rise all the way up along the surface of us to the heart. We bend our knees, widen our arms out beside us, scoop back into the heart, rise through the knees as we rise over the head, and then we go all the way down the back of the body to the heels, where we start again at the toes, rising up to the heart. Bend and widen. Scoop it in. Rise. Down the back. Beautiful. Here, keep going, rising up from the toes to the heart. Widen and bend. Scoop it in. Rise. And all the way down the back. And we're just going to keep going through that movement pathway, finding your own rhythm, allowing your breath to flow however it likes. You don't even have to worry about the movement being exactly how I described it, because it's much more about our intention here. So let's bring in that intention, shall we? Our intention here is to cleanse and clear through our entire physical being. Cleansing through every cell, every atom, every molecule that makes up this incredible physical structure that we get to call home. Cleansing and clearing through every last little piece of our muscle tissue, our organ tissue, our skin, our bones, our fascia, clearing through all of our blood, all of our waters. Clearing out any stagnant energy, any blockages, anything that has wriggled its way into our physical body that doesn't belong here. Clearing anything that has become stuck in the form of cellular memory that could be holding us back in any way. And clearing any resistance that we may have, conscious or unconscious, of living in our most vibrant and bountiful health. And on your next round, I invite you to move into the Qi field. It's the exact same movement pathway, but this time our hands are off the surface of the body. So here we are, cleansing and clearing through all of our Qi layers, clearing through our emotional body, our mental body, our spiritual body, clearing through our entire energetic self, clearing out the stagnant energy, the blockages, the things that shouldn't be here from these parts of us. Letting go of any attachments to people, places, and things that no longer serve us. Putting down any baggage that isn't ours to carry. Letting go of any ways of being, ways of showing up in the world that aren't in alignment with who we truly are at our center. Letting go of expectations that we attach to ourselves, that we attach to others, even those expectations that society attaches to us. If it's not in alignment with us, we can let those expectations go. And unplugging any energetic cords that are draining you of your life force, no matter what they're attached to at the other end. Thoughts, feelings, situations, people. If it's draining you, you can unplug it. All of these things that are being cleansed and cleared from our physical and energetic bodies, these are being dissolved and sent straight to the edge of the universe, where they are immediately transmuted into love, into light, into pure source, so that we can access our highest possible healing that's available for us today at a pace that feels easeful, smooth, maybe even delicious. And now filling up the gaps that you've created here, the spaciousness. Fill yourself up with something you wish to be surrounded by this evening. Perhaps it's radical joy, gentleness, laughter, kindness, unconditional love, peace, clarity, strength, freedom, all of the above. Fill yourself up with whatever you want, need, and desire. It can even be the feeling of something more tangible, like the perfectly crisp apple. Mhm. Now bringing in the idea of the protective layers. So building up some protective layers around the outside of your chi field, and these protective layers can be made up of whatever you need them to be made of. And these protective layers only let what's for your highest good come through, and anything that is not that, thou shalt not pass. Mhm. Let your next round be your final one. When you are ready, returning to stillness, to Wu Chi. Gently closing down your eyes or keeping your gaze low and soft. Checking back in with the sensations that you noticed in your body at the beginning of our practice. Are they here in the same way now? Maybe they've transformed or there's something new. Maybe they've just gone 1 centimeter to the left. What about your chi field? Now that you just topped it up with all that juicy goodness, your radical joy. How is that chi field of yours feeling now? Perhaps more alive. Maybe it's changed color. And gently letting that go can give your body a little bit of a wiggle. I'm going to bring our feet back under our hips and bring our palms to face the earth. And just be here for a moment, tuning in to the naturally rising chi of the earth as it comes to meet the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. And I thought today we would tune in to the element of wood. Wood is the element in traditional Chinese medicine that's associated with the season of spring, and that's where we are, so why not? So we're going to bring our left hand across the body to the right. It's going to hang out at about sort of waist height, and then our right hand kind of balances in there over the palm, and our hand is going to turn towards our face. So our palm is facing our face. Yeah. Beautiful. And if you like, you can turn your gaze into your palm, or you can gently close your eyes, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And this is our wood standing form. So I'm just going to be here for a little while and sort of feel into what wood might mean for you. Not a super familiar element in the Western paradigm, but in traditional Chinese medicine, it's obviously one of the 5 they work with. And wood is all about this idea of fresh growth, renewal, regeneration, creativity, rebirth. And the energy of wood moves in an upward spiral, similar to how plants grow, how our DNA is formed. Spirals are everywhere in nature, and here we even have one in the standing form with the way that our hand is turned towards us. We're creating that spiral here. Let's bring a little bit of balance into the body by swapping the hands over, going the right hand over to the left hand up, palm turning in towards our face, looking into the palm. Keeping those knees nice and soft if you're standing. And just as wood can be the fresh sprout that's just cracked out of the seed and pushed its way to the top of the soil, it also can have this sort of ancient energy, like the massive 2,000-year-old Cody trees in the far north. Strong and flexible. And gently letting that go. You can give your hands a little bit of a shake, body a little wiggle if you like. So the organs that are associated with the wood element are our liver and gallbladder. So we're going to spend a bit of time with them. So our liver lives on our right-hand side, just under the ribs here. We're going to bring our palms together here on the right. So we've got a little bit of a twist in the upper body. And we're going to widen our hands, rise all the way up to eye height. Bring our hands together and slice down back to the liver, a little bend in the knees as we go down. So we widen, rise through the knees as the hands rise, close the hands, slice down. Beautiful. Let's breathe in as we rise and out as we descend. Yeah, lovely. So inhale and exhale. And you go at your own pace, follow your breath. Breathing in as you rise, out as you descend. So here, as we're working with the liver, how it connects with the element of wood is our liver is the only organ in our body that can regenerate itself. It's pretty amazing. And that idea of regeneration and renewal for our entire body can be felt by working with our liver in this way. So here, with this particular movement, we're helping to create space in the liver. And when we create space in our liver, we're allowing it to have room to let go of the stagnant chi that's in there. Loosening it up because it's got room. And when that stagnant chi is loose, it just falls out. And we can draw fresh chi in. As we bring our hands up, it's almost like we are starting to gather, lifting up that fresh chi and then bringing it together with our hands coming together, bringing it into the liver as we descend. So we widen, create the space, letting go, rising, gathering, drawing it in. Beautiful. Really tanking up our liver with fresh chi. So that it can function at its absolute best, creating all those enzymes for our body. Processing the extra black coffee we had this morning. Notice what starts to arrive for you as we explore this form here with our liver. Maybe you're feeling some sort of physical sensation in your liver. Maybe there's a bit of heat going on in your body, or there's particular thoughts running through your mind. In traditional Chinese medicine, our liver is thought to hold on to our unprocessed feelings of anger and frustration. So if any of that is arising for you, I'm sorry. But we're helping to clear it out. and transmute it into compassion, gentleness, a little bit of peace. And next time you slice down, let that be your final one. We're going to move over to the left-hand side and do the same thing. So same thing, just bring a bit of balance into the body by being onto the left. Same form. Widening, rising as we breathe in, breathing out as we descend. Beautiful. This time, when we're on this left-hand side, we're working with our spleen, which is traditionally an organ associated with the element of earth. So bringing a little bit of grounding energy into this wood as well. That sense of balance and centeredness to the body, to our entire system. Just like we did with the liver, creating that sense of space here in the spleen so that it can let go of the stagnant and the stale, and bringing in the freshness. And our spleen is thought to hold on to any unprocessed sense of suffering. So by clearing it through the spleen, we're helping to transmute that into, you guessed it, more peace, acceptance, and making more room for joy in life. From working with your spleen, how good's that? Noticing how it might feel different to work on this side of you versus the right hand side. Are there differences? If so, what are they? Few more rounds. Next time you breathe out, coming down the center, let that be your final one. And back into the middle when you're ready. We're just going to bring our hands directly onto those parts of us, our liver and our spleen. So just here underneath the ribs. And just be here for a moment. If it's uncomfortable for you to hold your arms in this way, you can have them just off the surface of the body. And just really allowing that qi that we cultivated just now to really sink in to those parts of us, those organs that work so hard for our body physically, but also on that emotional level. Have that huge Qi gate in the palm of our hands called our Lao Gong, and wherever they point, Qi naturally follows. So simply just by putting your hands onto a part of your body that you feel like needs a little bit of a boost is a beautiful way to support yourself. And gently letting that go. You can give your limbs a little bit of a shake. And then bring yourself into either lying down or a seated position, whatever is most comfortable for you, just for a little bit of rest. And when you find yourself in your preferred position, seated or lying down, there's no right or wrong way to be. Gently close down your eyes. Just allow yourself to find some rest. Really letting all that chi that we cultivated to percolate and integrate into our system, going to wherever it's needed to go the most for our optimal health and our optimal healing. And when you are ready, I invite you to take 7 deep, full breaths, filling your whole body with breath. 7 breaths. And once you have finished those 7 breaths, you can allow your breath to return to its natural quiet rhythm. And if you are laying down, you can gently bring yourself up into a seated position. It doesn't matter what it looks like. And if you are already seated, stay exactly where you are. And from here, I invite you to drop your awareness out from your legs and tailbone and send it deep, deep, deep and wide into the earth underneath you, spreading like the roots of a great tree, connecting in to the never-ending nourishment of Mother Earth and her unconditional support. And from this stable base, we can rise our awareness back up through all the layers of the earth, coming back in to our legs and tailbone, and rising up through the trunk of us, all the way up through the center of our body, and out of the crown of the head, where our awareness continues to rise high, high, high and wide into the sky like the branches of a great tree. Connecting in here to our own sense of divinity, to our higher self, to source, the Tao, whichever name you wish to give it. Feeling our branches reaching the same heights, mirroring the depths that our roots go into the earth. And bringing our hands onto our hearts, where the energy of the earth and sky come together here within us, reminding us of the polarities of life that continually flow from one to the other in that state of harmonic balance, yin and yang, light and day, heaven and earth. Let's bow our heads to our hearts and take 3 breaths of gratitude for all that is. And from here, our hands can turn into the Gung Bao, which is our right hand in a light fist, or the shape of the full moon here at the heart, and the left hand into crescent moon curving around the right. We bow the head as we give thanks to ourselves for showing up to this practice tonight. We give thanks to the others who joined us for giving us that sense of community. We give thanks to Look Good, Feel Better for holding this space for us. And we give thanks to the teacher, to the teacher's teachers, but most of all, we give thanks to the greatest teacher within ourselves. Blessings from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for practicing with me this evening. I'm very grateful for your presence. Now's the perfect time to ask any questions if you have any. Otherwise, you can just go off gently into your evening. Drink lots of water. I recommend herbal tea as well, and to support the wood forms, leafy greens. If you haven't had your tea yet, get some greens in you. It'll help support the practice. Blessings.